Boomtastic, celebrating baby boomers as the last of the generation turns 50 this year, like our Hoda, in 12 days.
Today we're talking about menopause. You can dread it, or you can approach it with a sense of humor like one woman has. Check out this video. Take a look.
Girl, you thought you were done learning about your body after age 12? Well, your uterus and your ovary disagree. Menopause is when your period has been over for one solid year. Around age 50. But the process of menopause starts much earlier, I fear. Holy crap! You can start getting symptoms 6 to 10 years before, and that's called perimenopause. 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 Whoa.
That was the idea of Ellen Dolgen, a women's health advocate who has a weekly blog called Menopause Mondays.
Yeah, Dr. Streicher is a gynecologist at Northwestern University and the author of Love, Sex Again. And if you're wondering why we have this hair-blown look, it's because we have people in our studio helping us out as this whole process begins in earnest.
Yes, it's not just psychological, is it, ladies? That she just started doing this right before she turned 50.
It's a real thing.
This is real.
How about your video, by the way? Can we talk about that for one second?
Everybody should have a singing uterus. Really.
You don't?
We can help you with that.
I had on my uterus costume, and I got to the airport, and the TSA was like all over it. So I had to take it off.
Okay.
But the reason I made this music video is because I was completely blindsided by perimenopause, and I really want women to understand, the younger women especially, what perimenopause is, how it affects their biological clock and their fertility, and what the symptoms are, so that they can become their own health advocate.
Yeah, speaking of symptoms, hot flashes, like #1.
Absolutely the #1 symptom. And again, talking about being blindsided, my patients say to me all the time, I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to do a little yoga. I'm just going to get a fan. And then it hits them. And we're not talking a little warm. We're talking rivers of sweat. And all those women that say, well, I'm just going to tough it out, they can't. And, you know, we always say it's not your mother's menopause, and part of it is your menopause may be different than your mother, but your mother wasn't running a company. She wasn't an airline pilot. She wasn't a talk show host. You know, you've got to function. You've got to work. And when you are up all night flashing, my message is, you don't need to do that. You don't need to suffer. There are solutions. There are safe, wonderful things you can do, because this should be a good time of life.
Well, there must be new products on the market, because when I was perimenopausal at the age of 41, there weren't, and it made me a maniac. And
by the way, 41 is not abnormal. 51 is the average age, but any time after 40 is considered to be normal. And younger women often a lot more severe.
That's when my symptoms started. I was in the middle of a business meeting. All of a sudden, I couldn't finish my train of thought.
Yeah, it comes on that fast.
And then I looked like I had run a 5K, and I was drenched. And I hadn't left my chair.
It can't be me. And
So it's really hard to function like that. So it's good to understand all the different options.
But there are some things you can do.
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
And what are some basics?
Well, the basic thing is you have to really look at what your symptoms are. So hot flashes, for example, the most common symptom. While you can do some lifestyle things, all the yoga and fans in the world is not going to help if you're that woman with rivers of sweat.
You say avoid alcohol, avoid spicy foods.
Spicy foods. Now, I noticed you drinking red wine before. Switch to white. Red's a little bit worse. So you can find some triggers. But beyond that, there are some women that just really need to go to their doctor and get a prescription. Now, when we talk about going to your doctor, I wish I could say that every doctor is a menopause expert, but they're not. And while your doctor may be, you need to get good information. My favorite place to send women is North American Menopause Society, menopause.org, where you can also get good information. But once you get to your doctor, he or she is going to tell you, first of all, about the estrogen products that are available now, which are
we should point out that, you know, there are links with estrogen, and there are issues that come along with it when it comes to breast cancer.
Less than you think, than you think. And I think that's the big disconnect, and that's why it's so important to get good information. Now, everyone I think is familiar with the pills. A lot of women don't know about the transdermal estrogens, meaning estrogen that goes through the skin, which in many ways are much safer. And you can use a gel, you can use a patch. I brought with me, we have one of the sprays here, which is another way of giving estrogen. You can put a little patch on your skin that you just wear it.
We just have a couple seconds left, because I want to ask her, when's the best time to, because sex is an issue.
Yes.
And it ain't great after.
It can be very painful.
My badge packed up and went to the Sahara Desert. I was parched and dry.
And that's what she said.
And it was not fun. So there are lots of options. And, you know.
Didn't bring any of those with me today.
I did. I never go anywhere without them.
I mean, ranging from all kinds of things. But, you know, maybe a lube job. Time for a lube job.
All right, you're about to do a lube job.
Well, no, this is actually a new product, and as Ellen said, there are many options. This is a ring that you put in your vagina. It's not like a diaphragm. Just squeeze it, put it in there 3 months. Stays there for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, you throw it out. You put another one in. When you change your Brita, you change your ring, and it will make it like it was when you were 20.
Also, moisturizers and lubricants.
Okay, ladies. Anyway, we can go on.
Thank you for bringing your gadgets here to be with us today. We appreciate it.